Welcome to Traxos Scourge of Krog. As far as our opening hand goes, yeah, I actually like this. We're going to go and keep on this one. Hopefully, with the lane drop. We do have Expedition Map, so we can search up Mishra's Factory. We still have Mox Opal, so yeah, I like this hand. We've got some good stuff going on. So, all right, playing against Riku too. Opponent's going to get down Finhorn Elves and then pass the turn to us. Let's see what we draw into. It's going to get down more than likely Gaia Reach Sanitarium. Foundry Inspector, okay. It's going to get down Gaia Reach Sanitarium. Let's go for Expedition Map. That's going to be 1-2. Let's go for Mox Opal. Cast that one, and then anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we get that land drop. We'll be online for Expedition Map, searching up Mishra's Factory. Then we can start rolling the stuff out of our hand. We're playing Traxos, Scourge of Krog, Trample. Traxos enters the battlefield tapped and does not untap during an untap step, and then whenever you cast a historic spell, untap Traxos. If you're new to Magic, maybe you've got back in with Dominaria, a historic spell is an artifact legendary or a saga. We're running strictly just artifacts and legendaries in this deck, so most of the time, we're going to be casting an artifact to get that going. All right, there we go. Beautiful. Hit the lane drop. Let's go and get down Seagate Wreckage. Let's go ahead and go for Expedition Map. You know, just in case our opponent has some sort of counter-target activated ability. I would hate to lose out on that one. So we're going to go Expedition Map. We're going to grab Mishra's Factory. And then we'll kind of explain what we've got going on after that. All right, let's get this popped out. Where are you, Mishra's Factory? Come on, there you are. Excuse me, Mishra's Workshop. I get them mixed up. We're going to grab Workshop. Anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn. Playing against Riku of 2 Reflections. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you may pay blue and red. If you do copy that spell, choose new targets for the spell, for the copy. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may put excuse me. You may pay blue and green if you do create a token that's a copy of that creature. Sorry about that. I don't know what it was. It was like I had a quick breath or something. All right, opponent's going to get down Riku. Let's see that we can roll out. Let's go and get down Mishra's Workshop. Yeah, let's go for that. That way we can get down Foundry Inspector and get down Palladium Mirror. Yeah, I think I like that. Let's go for Mishra's Workshop. That's going to be 1, 2, 3. You want to get down Traxos first. That'll turn on Mox Opal 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Yeah, let's do it this way. Let's go for Foundry Inspector. It'll be 1, 2, 3. And then let's go ahead and go for Palladium Mirror. It's going to be 1, 2. Yeah, I like that. Get down Palladium Mirror. Then we can also get down Swiftfoot Boots off 1 mana. Off that Mox Opal. Yeah, let's do that. All right. Or do we want to save that for Saturn? No, we'll have more than enough mana with Mishra's Factory. It's going to tap out for Swiftfoot Boots for 1. We're going to get that down. And then anything else, we're going to go and pass turn to our opponent. Yeah, look at all that ramp. I love it. We got the reduced cost of Foundry Inspector. We're going to be able to tap down Palladium Mirror to add that 2 mana to our mana pool. And we'll definitely be online for Traxos swinging in next turn. Let's see what our opponent's going to show, though. They do have 5 cards in the hand, and they do have Riku on the battlefield. So I've played against Riku enough to know that it's never, you can never feel safe. You always feel like Riku's just going to steal the game out of the middle of nowhere. So until we see that commander damage win or we get our opponent's life total down to 0, then I'll finally relax. Opponent's going to get down Dead Bridge Goliath, see if they're going to pay that blue-green to get a copy of it. And that's not too bad. It's simply just a 5/5 beat stick. But it will kind of complicate us swinging in with Traxos. But we'll see what we rip into. Okay, drawn to Wellspring. Let's go ahead and get down Dunes of the Dead. Yeah, like that. Let's go and go for Traxos. It's going to be simply just 3 mana. Tap out on Mishra's Factory, Mishra's Workshop. Let's go ahead and go for Swiftfoot Boots Equip onto Traxos. It's going to add 1 mana to that. And let's go and go for Wellspring, tapping out for 1. We'll get an additional card draw for that. There we go. Untap Traxos. We're going to draw an additional card. See what we draw into. Draw into Ugin. That's really good. And let's go and do this. Let's go and go for Sad Robot. Yeah, I like that. I was just about to say, we need to draw into something that's going to clear our opponent's board, and Ugin is definitely that. All right, we're going to untap Traxos, get down Sad Robot. Yeah, we're not actually going to swing in. So one way that you can kind of take advantage of Traxos is swinging with Traxos first and then cast an artifact on your second main phase to have it on tap. But we're not really going to be swinging into a bunch of Dead Bridge Goliaths. Anything else, we're going to go and pass turn to our opponent. So make sure we got enough mana for that. Actually, no, excuse me. I always get used to Mishra's Workshop. We're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, we'll have just enough mana to go for Ugin if we hit the land drop. So we'll see what we rip into. It's not the end of the world if we don't hit the land drop. We at least we can get Tome down and go for an activation with that. Hopefully, if we can't, the following turn to get that land drop. We'll see what our opponent's going to roll out for the turn. Due to get down Gruul Guildgate tapped. All right, opponent's going to go for Council of Sorotami. Draw 2 cards. Let's see if they're going to pay for that copy. Actually, they only have Forest and Mountain up at this point right now, so they can't make a copy of it. If that's all they're going to do for the turn, I feel pretty good about that. Okay, I'm going to draw 2 cards. Fingers crossed that we do rip into some sort of land. That way we can get down Ugin and clear the board. That will allow us to swing in for a pretty good chunk of damage. Looking at 7, 9, that's going to be 12 coming across, so that'll be pretty good. All right, opponent's going to go for Nature's Lore. And then we draw into Unwinding Clock. Untap all artifacts. Okay, so let's just double check this real quick. Ugin's going to cost 8. We're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're actually 1 away from that. And let's do this. Let's go and swing him with Sad Robot. It'll be like a little chump damage. If they do block on that, that's perfectly fine. If not, we'll be able to get in for 2. At this point right now, we're just hoping that Dead Bridge blocks so we can get a card draw, but our opponent saw that from a mile away. So, all right, there we go. Let's go and get down. Yeah, let's go for Gaia Reach Sanitarium. That's going to be 1, 2. Because we don't have enough mana to go for an activation off that. Walking Ballista, discard a card. Let's do this. Let's go and get rid of, I guess, Unwinding Clock. We don't need it that bad. Yeah, we're going to get rid of Unwinding Clock. And then we actually get down Walking Ballista. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we actually tap out for 3. Let's do that. That's going to be 1, 2 off Mishra's Workshop. Then tap out for 1 more. And then, actually, let's do it this way. Let's tap out for Palladium Mirror. There we go. 1, 2. So Walking Ballista is going to be 3. And then Seagate Wreck. There we go. Walking Ballista for 4. All right, click done. Have that enter the battlefield with 4 counters. That will untap Traxos. But at this point right now, we're going to use 2 of those counters to blast Riku right now. We're going to keep Riku off the battlefield. And we're going to take care of that Findhorn Elves while we're at it, too. There we go. All right. Now they're just left with 2 Dead Bridge Goliaths. Anything else, we're going to go and pass turn to our opponent. Kick it back over there. Now, we'll see what they have in the hand. Typically, Riku does run a lot of value spells. They have gotten to the point now to where they've got at least 8 men on the battlefield, too, so they can almost start hard casting some of this stuff. As far as what we've got going on, like I said, hopefully with the land drop, that'll put us online for Ugin. If not, we'll simply go for Tome and then start swinging in. We do get into spots to where if we want to kind of at least just push Traxos into those 2 big old insect tokens, we can definitely do that to get something kind of moving on our opponent's side, or at least get rid of some stuff on our opponent's side of the board. At least we'll trade with one of them. Depending on what they roll out, we may end up going for that if we're not able to get down Ugin. All right, an opponent does pass the turn. We have Walking Ballista. Oh, actually, they're going to swing in for 10. Okay, I like that. You're going to swing in for 10. It's going to put us down to 20. And then let's go ahead and go for Walking Ballista on that Birds of Paradise. I guess technically we could swing in for 1 first. But yeah, we'll just go and hold off on that. Well, that way we can at least swing in for 1. All right, Dead Ridge swung in. Let's go and get down Buried Ruin. Yeah, let's go and go for Ugin. All right, it's going to be tap out for that. 1, 2, 3. Nope, no Mishra's Factory. Tap out for Mox Opal. And then 1, 2 off the Palladium Mirror. All right, we're going to be able to untap Traxos, but at this point we're just going to be swinging in. And we can still untap Traxos on the back end using Mishra's Workshop, and then the reduced cost of Foundry Inspector. Okay, let's go and go for minus X. Let's go and go for X is going to be 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's still going to give us Ugin sitting at 3, which is going to allow us to at least kind of keep plussing up on that one. It's going to get rid of Birds of Paradise and Dead Bridge Goliath out there. That way we can start pushing in. That's going to be at least 10, and then 13 from our side of the board. Okay, get rid of everything. Let's go and push in with the whole crew. Even got Foundry Inspector swinging in with this little clock over there. It's going to put our opponent down to 15 and 7 total commander damage. Let's tap out for Mishra's Factory and go for Tome. 1, 2, 3, and that's going to allow us to untap Traxos and have a little bit of card draw next turn. All right, there we go. Got some protection for Ugin, have card draw for next turn. Anything else, we're going to go and pass turn to our opponent. Now, we do have Seagate Wreckage, so if we do draw into a lane, we get it down. We'll at least be online for 3 mana activation, draw a card once we have no cards in the hand, and we can start plussing up on Ugin and start dealing that damage to our opponent. Our opponent's going to get down a mountain for the turn. But yeah, we're actually in a really good position. Something like, what is it? The overloaded, not Shattering Spree, but The spell that you can overload to destroy all artifacts, that would definitely not be good for us. We still have Ugin, though. That's like kind of our plan B. That's why I didn't want to go super heavy artifacts. I mean, this is obviously, that was a very wrong statement. We have very super heavy artifacts. I meant to say I didn't want to go super heavy Voltron with Traxos. That way we can kind of, if something does happen to our board state, we can still get down something like Ugin or Karn to allow us to kind of bounce back from that. All right, opponent's going to get down Hypersonic Dragon. It does have flying and haste, so they're at least going to be able to push in on Ugin. And opponent's going to tap out for a Vastwood Hydra. Enters the battle, 3 counters on it. When it dies, you may distribute those counters around. Okay, now simply just going to be a 3/3. They are sitting at 15 at this point right now, so we'll see. No swinging from Hypersonic Dragon. Okay, so at least going to allow us to go for the Ugin plus, taking care of Vastwood Hydra. Now that does put them in a spot where they can put those counters onto the Hypersonic Dragon. It's going to be a 7/7. So if they want to trade with Hypersonic Dragon, if we want to trade with Traxos, I think I'm okay with that. But let's see what we draw into though. All right, draw into Azor's Gateway. And let's do this. Let's go for Ugin. Plus up on that one. Deal 3 damage to Vastwood Hydra. Alright, they're going to be able to put those +1 counters on Hypersonic Dragon. Let's go and get down Azor's Gateway. Or do we want to hold on to Azor's Gateway? Yeah, let's do it like this. Let's go and swing in with Traxos. We're going to swing in with Foundry Inspector, Traxos. Yeah, we're going to get Plating Mirror in there too. So let's get Sad Robot. Let's get Walking Ballista swinging in for that. All right, there we go. All right, coming across. Now with Walking Ballista, we can pay 4 mana to put a +1 counter on it. We're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can only get about 1 activation. I don't think that's going to be enough. We'll probably see Hypersonic trade with Traxos. And then that's going to be putting us at 3, 6. That's going to be 8, putting them down to 7. So let's see how they want to go for blockers. Okay, opponent's going to go for the Hypersonic Dragon block. We'll trade on Traxos on that one. That will put them down to 7. And then let's do this. Let's go ahead and get this pop back up. Let's go ahead and go for Traxos. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Get the reduced cost off the Foundry Inspector. Mox Opal. And then tap out for Waste. There we go. Let's get down Traxos. Let's go for Swiftfoot Boots onto Traxos. We're going to pay 1 mana. And let's go and cast Azor's Gateway for simply 1 mana. All right, there we go. Untap Traxos, and then anything else. No, we're going to go and pass turn to our opponent. All right, kick it back over there. Now, we do have Azor's Gateway. At this point right now, since we do have a pretty good board state, I'm okay with going for an Azor's Gateway activation, draw a card, then exile a card from your hand. So pretty much once we do that, that's going to be us just straight up exiling a card. But we've got enough stuff to where we can do that. We'll see what our opponents got out. We are still open to something like Cyclonic Rift or simply just casting anything that destroys all artifacts, which we are looking at red and green from our opponent and Riku over there. So that is something a little bit nerve-wracking. We'll see what they get down. If something does happen, we'll go for that Azor's Gateway flip. That way we can start working towards some of that mana. But our opponent just scooped it up. So a good game to our opponent. Unfortunately, we're able to put enough pressure with Traxos on the battlefield to kind of have that combat damage coming across next turn. And Ugin definitely helped us clearing the board on that one. But anyway, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye. Welcome to Grunn the Lonely King. As far as opening hand goes, yeah, I like it. We're going to go ahead and keep on this one. You can go for a turn 1 Mana Dork. Might end up going for Dryad Arbor off Green Sun Zenith. I think we have it in here. I'll need to double check my deck list, but I think we do. But we might have actually going for Lano Worlds. We'll see. Anyway, but yes, welcome to Grunn the Lonely King. We've got some mono green versus mono green. Should make for a pretty fun match. Let's go and go for Forest. Let's go and get that down. Okay, and then anything else, let's go and pass the turn. I checked my deck list real quick, and we do not have Dryad Arbor in here, so I'm not going to be able to go for that. But we'll be able to go for Lano War Elf, get that down, and be able to get our mana going. All right, opponent's going to get down a doubling cube, and then I will cover our commanders in just a second. Let's go and get the Forest down. Let's go and go for Lano War Elf. So it's going to be 1, 2. And then next turn we can go for Swiftfoot Boots and get that down and hopefully start working towards Grunn. All right, let's get this popped out. Let's go and go for Lano War Elves. Anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn. We're playing Grunn the Lonely King. Kicker 3 to really take advantage of him. That's going to be 9 total mana. If Grunn the Lonely King was kicked, it enters the battlefield with 5+1 counters on it. Then whenever it attacks alone, double its power and toughness until end of turn. Opponent is sitting at 1 land, so if they are, I think we might like that. All right, there we go. We'll take that. We need every little bit of help we can get. Let's go to get down Forest. And I guess at this point, since we don't have any sort of ramp, let's go ahead and go for Swiftfoot Boots. Yeah, we're going to get that down. And let's go and put Boots on Lano War Elves. I doubt they're going to go for Beast Within or something on Lano War Elves, but I like having it protected. Anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn. Playing against Omnath, Locus of Mana. You do not lose unspent green mana as steps and phases end. I think they changed that. think so. And then also, Omnath gets +1/+1 for each unspent green mana that you have. Opponent's going to get down Jorga Tree Speaker, and let's see if they're going to swing in. Okay, we draw into another forest. Let's go and get forest down. And then anything else is going to pass the turn to our opponent. At this point, with our opponent being stuck on lands, they do have some mana dorks out there. We're simply probably going to end up going for Grunn. Let's go ahead and get Grunn down. And we also have Predator Strike in the hand. That's going to allow us to give Grunn Trample, which can kind of push past some of our opponent's creatures out there. So I kind of like going for that. Man, look at all those elves. So that you can get a land drop down. They'll be good to go. Now, we are looking at Omnath next turn, so they can start banking up some of that mana. But yeah, I think we're going to end up going for Grunn. I think that'll be some a good way to get some pressure on our opponent. Let's go and get Forest down. That's going to be 6 total mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tap out Lano War Elves. Let's go and go for Grunn. Gonna miss the kicker on this one, unfortunately. There's going to be some games where, if you've got Cultivate into Sky Shroud Claim into, maybe something like Thread Dynamo or Worn Power Stone, you can get Grunn down really quick and get it kicked, which really does help you push that commander damage game plan. But if you can't get it kicked, you're looking about a 2-turn swing in with Grunn. Just kind of depends on what your opponent's got going on. And opponent's going to tap out for a Green Weaver Druid. All right, and they'll probably end up seeing Omnath come down this turn. All right, we're going to get that closed out. Now, we do have a couple different spells in the hand. We have Woodcutter's Gift and Predator Strike that will put them both at about an 11/11. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and get down. We have just enough mana for both, too. Let's go ahead and go for Forest. Let's go and swing in with Grunn. Now, the downside to this is that we're going to double its power and toughness, but yeah, we have to do it in response to that. Do we want to go for that at this point and force the block? Yeah, let's go and go for it. Let's go and go for Predator Strike on Grunn. That's going to be 1, 2. Let's go and go for Woodcutter's Gift. Or Grit, excuse me. 1, 2, 3. It could be a gift if you wanted to. That's going to be 11/11. That's going to be 22/22 coming across. Let's see if our opponent's going to offer up any chump blocks. That will be commander damage unless they offer up any sort of blocks. All right, opponent's going to scoop it up on that one. So I'm ended up with a lot of really quick videos with Grunn. So I may end up just kind of splicing together a really quick win with Grunn. You can see it's turn 6, and we're going to be able to win with Predator Strike and Woodcutter's Grit. But yeah, some pretty fun magic right there. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye. Welcome to 1-800 Are You Flapping? Hope you're excited. As far as opening hand goes, yeah, let's go and mulligan on this one. Not super wild about that. Gift of Estates, yeah, we'll definitely probably be online for a Gift of Estates. I'll take that. And then we get down the Marble Diamond and get a little bit of Scry going. So we'll keep on this one, see what the Scry is. Blessed Alliance. Let's go and put that on the bottom for right now. Yeah, we're okay with that. Let's go and lead off with the Plains and then anything else. No, we're going to go ahead and pass the turn to our opponent. Welcome to some Zetalpa, though. Hope you're excited. We're playing 1-800 Are You Flapping? Uh-oh, look at that. Check that out. 1-800 Are You... But yeah, I found that on Twitter, and I forget your username, but shout out to you. I did give you credit on Twitter before, but I can't remember your username now. But anyway, I absolutely love this GIF. In fact, that's what we're doing the GIF off of. It's 1-800, no flapping doubles. Yeah, I can't read it on my little OBS screen. But anyway, you get the picture. But yes, this is what this deck is based off. I'll get the GIF off before I forget about it, and then I'll cover our real commanders here in a second. Let's get the Marble Diamond down. Anything else? Now we're going to go pass the turn. We're playing Zetalpa, Flying, Double Strike, Vigilance, Trample, and Indestructible. Zetalpa is going to get on the battlefield, start flapping his or her wings around, and just destroying a bunch of stuff. Love it. Playing gets Azusa, Lost But Seeking. You may play 2 additional lands on each of your turns. So once they get down to Azusa, hopefully this Gift of Estates will allow us to get some lands down and to start going from there. Now, if you have not seen Zetalpa before, let's say that you're new to this, I did put out Zetalpa on my Temple of the False God. All right, somebody thinks they're going to get into 5 lands really quick. It's going to get us a little bit scared. They have 2 lands on the battlefield. Let's go for this. Let's get down the Plains. That's going to be 4 mana, and then we're going to go and pass the turn. But yeah, as far as Zetalpa goes, this is 100% Zetalpa Voltron. We're getting her Zetalpa down, putting Spirit Mantle on there. We have a few other artifact pieces in here to kind of... And it's the funny thing about Zetalpa is, you can see frame of reference as a tiny little human down there, and it's a really big bird. Always like to imagine Zetalpa, whatever sort of equipment we put down, it's going to go on Zetalpa's teeth. So, if we get out Sword of Fire and Ice, it's going to be one of the teeth right there. I don't know. I think it's a pretty cool mental image. Because it's just kind of funny to imagine Zetalpa with its tiny little bird hands, like holding on to a sort of Feast and Famine or something like that. I don't know. Our opponent's going to get down Rashad Port. Okay. So they might be playing against a little bit more of a cutthroat style Azusa versus just get a bunch of stuff going. Yeah, that's fine. Go for it. Drawn to Strata Scythe. Let's go ahead and get down the Plains. They definitely have more lands than we do, but let's go for Gift of Estates first. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Tap out for that. Let's see what planes we're going to grab. I think this one's going to be a good one. That should be a good one. And then last one, yeah, that'll be good. Good choices, Jolt. I know, thank you. Anything else? No, we're going to go and pass the turn. Fun fact, they're all the same. So we do have Staff of Nin. If we get down Staff of Nin, that would be pretty good. So if we get down Staff of Nin at the beginning of our upkeep, we're going to be able to draw a card. At this point right now, we really want to outgrind Azusa. They do have the Rashad and Port lock on us, but I mean, if we just had Get to the Stage resolve, and they did get down Horn of Greed, so yeah, I don't mind really getting some pretty good. Actually, let's go and Cross Temple the False God off. Making our lane drops, getting some good card draw for that would be really good to go for. And then plus with the port out there, and they might get into spots where maybe they don't want to go for the port or something like that. But they've got the the stars have aligned for Azusa. We got Oracle and Azusa. That is just, oh, that is nasty. All right, we got Azusa on Beat Stick, swinging in for one. Opponent does have the 29 turn clock established, so we need to get some good stuff going here in a second. And then let's see if they're going to go for the port activation. We are sitting at 5 mana. It's going to put us at 6. So they're going to put us behind a turn on Zetalpa, which is okay. Not too bad. Especially with 3 and Dynamo, that makes that port not that good. So that was a really good draw. And especially Ancient Tomb, too. That'll pretty much be the port target on that one. Let's go. One off the Marble Diamond. 1, 2, 3. Let's go for Strata. Yeah, let's go and go for that. Let's go for Strata. We're going to be able to tap out for 3 mana on this one. Search your library for a land card, exile it, and then shuffle your library. We're going to go grab a Plains off that. Exile that Plains, and then we're going to go and pass the turn. Now, we have really kind of opened ourselves up on mana, especially once we make the land drop. Maybe they're still going to go for the port activation on one of our Plains. We'll be able to get down Ancient Tomb. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's going to be 10 total mana, which is going to allow us to get down Zetalpa. And then we are looking at 3 mana to equip the Strata side. So, but we are playing against mono green, so it shouldn't be too bad. Once we get Strata on there, it's going to get +1/+1 for each land on the battlefield with the same name as the exiled card. So we're looking at about giving Zetalpa +5, +5, +6, +6, depending on what we're going for. Ooh, there we go. Opponent's going to get down Maze of Ith, untap target attacking creature. Now, at this point right now, we need to find some sort of protection for Zetalpa. Once we get down Zetalpa, we can get her down, and then kind of keep the onslaught of all this ramp, mono green ramp that's just assaulting us for no, like, just hitting us out on next Tuesday. All right, opponent's going to be tapping out for 5 colorless mana. But yeah, whenever you play against Azusa, you're always kind of like, oh, it's not going to be too bad. Hopefully we get some good stuff going. Next thing you know, it's just like turn 5 and this is what's happening. You're like, okay. And then you feel kind of silly for thinking like, oh yeah, we'll be able to survive. But every time I've played against Azusa, this is pretty much what ends up happening. All right, so we have Ulamog coming down. Destroy target permanent. Annihilator 4. Let's see what we draw into. Indestructible, so we need to almost rip into Path to Exile, Swords of Plowshare to exile Ulamog to take care of it. But once I get that Annihilator 4 going, and then the Rashad and Port out there, it's going to be hard for us to kind of bounce back from that. Let's see what we rip into, though. We will see. Let's see if they're going to go for the Port activation. They have just enough mana for that, too. All right, there we go. Fine, tap it down. That's going to be another Plains. So we get down the Plains. This is going to be Annihilator 4. We're going to draw an additional card. There'll be another Plains. Yeah, good game to our opponent. Good game, you got it. Got Ulamog, Annihilator 4. All right, I'm going to go and scoop it up. There we go. That's unfortunate. We ended up with a 6-minute video. But we could have got down Zetalpa. It would have been nice. Get down Zetalpa. We had 3 and Dynamo rocking and rolling. But yeah, with that Annihilator 4, to sacrifice a bunch of permanents. Man, as time's gone on, I've really grown to dislike Annihilator, like, a lot. Like, it just, like... I mean, I get, like, Flavor Point. I get it. Like, I just wish the Eldrazi didn't exist in Magic. I think Magic would be better off without it. Across the board. Like Thought Not Seer, Reality Smasher, Ulamog. Yeah. They ain't good. Anyway, that's it. I'm not hating on them. I don't enjoy them, man. Yeah, they're not fun. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye. Welcome to some Yargle. As far as opening hand goes, yeah, it's a little clunky, but man, I really like this card draw. And if we can get coffers going, yeah, we'll keep on this one, hopefully. The Spirit of Yargle will throw some swamps our way. I know he likes to hang out in the swamps, so hopefully we can get a few more swamps our way. And then we should be able to take advantage of that. We at least have 4 lands in the hand, so if we just need 1 more land to get that Temple of the False God online. But yes, welcome to some Yargle. Hope you're excited for some Frog Spirit Voltron. We're playing Yargle. Gluten of Herbboard. Whenever Bel's the next lieutenant, Yarkul grew too ambitious. The demon lord transformed him into a maggot. The frog that ate the maggot grew and grew until a ravenous spirit burst from its body. giving us Yargle. Look how handsome he looks. Oh man, really nice Yargle. Looks like our opponent make the land drop. No land? Okay. Let's go and get Swamp Down, and then anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn. Playing get Scion of the Dragon. It's going to be Wooburg, flying, 2 mana. Search your lobby for a dragon permanent card, put it into your graveyard. If you do, Scion becomes a copy of that card until end of turn. Opponent does get down Rootbound Crag. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe they're trying to, I don't know, leave their hand size up or something. I don't know. We'll see. Let's go and get Swamp Down. Nothing for 2 at this point. No, we're going to go and pass the turn to our opponent. Cover both commanders. It's free time. We can talk about whatever we want. That's going to be Yargle. So this is a Frog Voltron deck. You may have seen another Frog Voltron deck on my channel. That's Get Rog Hypnotoad, if you want to check that out. A lot of fun. But basically what we're doing is we're looking to get down Yargle, put as much stuff on Yargle as possible, stuff like Haunted Cloak, Sword of Fire and Ice, and then simply just start swinging in for a bunch of combat damage. And, a lot of fun. Let's go and get Swamp Down. I think that sounds good. We do have Grim Tutor in the hand. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and we can go for Succumb to Temptation. We'll be online for Temple of the False God pretty soon. Let's go for... Yeah, let's go for Sword of Fire and Ice. It's going to be 1, 2, 3. Let's go and get that down. We're going to go and pass the turn. We have Grim Tutor to kind of keep us open as far as whatever we want to search up. Let's say that we can get in some combat damage early. If our opponent's not getting the dragons onto the battlefield, we may want to use that Grim Tutor to grab one of our Black Burn spells to help us kind of close the game out. We've got a few fun Black Burn spells in here. We have stuff like Essence Harvest and Dying Wish, which is always a lot of fun to go for. Sword of Vengeance, okay. Let's go and get Swamp Down. And then, I guess go for... Haunted Cloak? Yeah, I think I like that. It's going to be 1, 2, 3. We'll get down Temple of the False God. That's going to turn us online next turn to, at least it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can tap out for Yargle and at least get the Haunted Cloak onto Yargle and start swinging in. But yeah, so basically those Black Burn spells, it's going to deal X damage to target player where X is target creature's power. So we've got about 2 or 3 of them in here. And some good magic right there, getting that going. But I've had a lot of fun with Yargle so far. It's definitely... Yargle's been a little challenging to record for. I mean, you're dealing with a 5 mana Frog Spirit with no abilities other than just being a 9/3, but it makes for some fun magic. I know some people, you get paired against Yargle, you're like, I do not want to lose to Yargle. It's exactly what we don't want to happen. I was going to go for Temple of the False God. Let's go for some spot removal check. See if our opponent's got it. It's going to be 1, 2, 3. Tap out for that last one. And now that we've ripped a lot of swamps, we'll actually be pretty good for a Coffers next turn. So we'll see what else is going to happen. Let's go for the Haunted Cloak equip. It's going to give it Vigilance, Trample, and Haste. So at least we're going to be able to swing in for 9. No additional power on this one. Simply just swinging in for a 9. All right. Let's go and push in on this one. It's going to be coming across for 9. Put them down to 21. We are open to any sort of removal. So if they've got it, they can use it. All right. Opponent's going to crack the Bloodstained Mire. Then Shock in the Watery Grave. Okay. All right, swinging it for 9. Let's see if our opponent does... obviously, I mean, not obviously, but if they did crack on that Watery Grave and Shock. So we're probably going to see some sort of removal from our opponent. They are sitting at 5 cards in the hand and slowly working toward... They need one more land. They'll be online for black. Yeah, they need one more land to get down Scion of the Dragon, sitting at a 4/4. All right, Cyclonic Rift for 2. Yeah, that's fine. All right, bounce it back to the hand. And then anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn to our opponent. Now, we'll be able to get Coffers down next turn. That's going to be able to tap out for at least 4 mana, giving us 8 total mana. So between the Haunted Cloak, tap out for 5, we will have at least enough mana to go for Sword of Fire and Ice and Haunted Cloak coming across to get a little bit of an additional card draw. Yargle will not have Double Strike, so we can't really go for that 2 damage just yet, but at least it's good to have that option if we can give it Double Strike. We also have Sword of Vengeance in the hand. Target creature has First Strike, Vigilance, Trample, and Haste, so that's something we can get down once we get a little bit more mana going. But if our opponent's going to be a little bit tight on mana, I'll take that. Yargle needs every little bit of help that they can get. All right, opponent's going to get down Frontier Siege. At the beginning, let's see what they named off of that. All right, they will name, they choose dragons. So with dragons, let's see what that dragons does. Name dragons off of that. Whenever a creature with flying enters the battlefield, you may have it fight target creature you don't control. Okay, we do need to get some protection from Yargle. That'll be definitely something to allow us to push past that Frontier Siege. Let's go and get down Coffers. And I guess if we want to go for that, yeah, let's do this. Let's go for Coffers, and let's get some of that protection. We're going to go for Coffers. That's going to be 4 total mana. Let's go for Grim Tutor. Search your library for a card, put it in your hand, then shuffle your library. We're going to lose 3 life. Let's go and grab that Swiftfoot Boots. Get this popped out just a little bit. There we go. Swiftfoot Boots, where are you? There we go. Grab Swiftfoot Boots. Let's go and get down Swiftfoot Boots. That's going to be 1, 2. We could go for extraplanetary lens. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll be online for coffers next turn if we want to end up doing that. That'll actually give us access to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then about 4. We're looking at 10 mana if we end up going for that. Let's do this. Let's go for Succumb to Temptation on our opponent's tapped out, so we'll probably end up going for that. If they get down Scion, that's going to be the completely tapping out. I'm not really thinking we have to worry about a counterspell, but if we're going to be going for that card draw, yeah, let's go and go for it now. We're going to go that target player draws 2. We're going to draw 2 cards, lose 2 life. Want to start filling our hand with some more threats. Tainted Strike, there we go, wonderful. Okay, so if our opponent's going to let us maybe swing in with some combat damage, you can go for that Tainted Strike and give Yargle Infect. And it's really nice because Yargle is a 9/3, and with Tainted Strike it gets +1/+0, so it's going to give an Infect. I typically don't run Infect in a lot of my commander decks, but with Yargle, you know, I think it's really fitting that Yargle would have Infect, and especially if you can Tainted Strike for 1. Give it +1 to give it total 10 total. It's always pretty nice on that one. I'll see what our opponent's going to roll out this turn. They're going to go for Dragon Master Outcast. Okay. Now, that was a good name by our opponent, naming dragons, because that is one way for them to deal with Yargle. But unfortunately, if they would have named the cons, they would have got that extra mana to help them kind of power out Scion. Let's go and get Swamp down. Let's go for Coffers. It's going to be 1, 2. It's going to be 5 total mana, just enough for Urborg, for Yargle. Let's go and get down Yargle. And let's go for that spot removal test. We're going to get Swiftfoot Boots on there. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and go for Vigilance, Trample, and Haste. Do we need to go for that +2 on this one, just to kind of push past that? Yeah, we'll go and do that. Okay, let's go and swing in. It's going to be 11/5 coming across. We'll see if they name the Dragon Master Outcast as a blocker, but if not, we're at least going to be able to go for Infect on Yargle and close the game out. That's the downside to Yargle. I either end up with these really awkward games, or we end up with an Infect game, which, hey, I'll take it. All right, we're going to be swinging in for 11. And that will give us protection from red on that Dragon Master Outcast. So let's go ahead and go for that Tainted Strike. Oh, yeah, there we go. It's going to give it Infect, and then it's going to be, yeah, Infect damage right there. Puts it at 12 total poison. Yeah, with Yargle, I try to go for these longer games, but sometimes you end up with these really quick games. But you can see how potent it is, especially in a multiplayer, or at least in 1 versus 1. Getting down Tainted Strike, you can definitely take care of a creature, or take care of an opponent on that one. But anyway, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye. Welcome to the Swamps of Dominaria. As far as our opening hand goes, yeah, I like it. We have Big Game Hunter, we have Cultivate, we have Exploration. We'll keep on this one. I like this a lot. Let's go ahead and get Muldrotha pop back up. There we go. And playing against Miri, Weatherlight Duelist. So it should be an interesting match. And then with Exploration in the hand, we should end up with a pretty quick acceleration to getting down Muldrotha. We'll see if our opponent has any spot removal, but we'll go ahead and put him on it. Let's go ahead and get down Polluted Delta. Let's go ahead and crack that and grab, what is it, Tropical Island? I don't know why, I just cannot remember the dual names. I'm 90% sure I can remember the name. There we go. Let's go and get down Exploration. I'm just going to get down Flooded Strand. And then anything else, we're going to go pass turn to our opponent. We're playing Muldrotha, the Grave Tide. During each of your turns, you may play up to 1 permanent card of each permanent type from your graveyard. There we go. I don't know what it is, but for all my other videos, I've been running into a speed bump trying to read Muldrotha's her rules text. I don't know why. I just feel kind of goofy. Like, it's just like that. I read the permanent card, like it trips up in my head. All right, we're gonna get down Watery Grave. Let's go ahead and go for Underground Sea. We'll see if our opponent's gonna play this one out. We got Cultivate coming down, and why not? Let's have some fun. We're going to go for Cultivate. Definitely want to grab a green source off this one. We're going to go grab Forest and Forest. We'll get down Forest onto the battlefield, and then 1 Forest into the hand. Let's still going to get down a Windswept Heath, and then anything else. We're going to go pass turn to our opponent. We're playing, we covered Muldrotha. We're playing against Miri, Weatherlight Duelist. First strike, whenever Miri attacks, each opponent can't block with more than 1 creature this combat. As long as Miri is tapped, no more than 1 creature can attack you each combat. Opponent's going to go for Selfless Spirit, getting down that Indestructible. Let's go and crack Windswept Heath. Let's go and grab that Overgrown Tomb. Not going to pay 2 life on that one. And then anything else, kick it back over to our turn. We'll be able to get down Muldrotha and then go from there. Yeah, I like that. Let's get down the Forest. Let's go for Muldrotha. That's going to be Soul Tie. And then 1, 2, and 3. Get down Muldrotha, and thankfully with the Exploration, we're at least going to be able to get another creature down. At this point right now, let's just go and hold on to Sidisi's Faithful. I mean, technically we could exploit it, mount Selfless Spirit back to the hand. our opponent is thankfully is nice enough not to scoop it up that we had Exploration and Cultivate and Muldrotha on turn 3, so I'm not going to bounce Selfless Spirit back to the hand just yet. We're just going to get a little bit of stuff going. I like to have that happen sometimes. All right, opponent's going to go for a Mirror Crusader, Double Strike, Protection from black and green. Now, that's something we definitely would probably want to use for Sidisius Faithful, and we'll probably get that going. All right, opponent's going to swing in with Selfless Spirit. It's going to be knocking us down to 25. Let's go and crack Windswept Heath. At this point right now, we've got some good stuff in the hand. We just need to get a little bit of graveyard action going. That's the only thing. We've got the mana base established. We're going to be able to keep making those land drops. It's just brutal with those fetch lands. I love it. And we've drawn to, there we go. Exactly what we needed. Drawn to Buried Alive. Let's go for Windswept Heath. Let's go for Buried Alive. That's going to be black. Then 1, 2. That's going to put us at 5 total mana to go for that. Let's go Buried Alive. Let's go and pop this out just a little bit. I think our best bet's actually going to be Titania. Yeah, I like that. Let's go for Titania. That's going to be one that we can definitely put in there. Let's go for Tygam, which makes it really a lot of fun. Let's go for Sidisi. Actually, let's go for this. We'll go for Ravenous Chupacabra. Yeah, I think that's good. We need to grab a little bit of a spread on that one. Let's go and go for Titania. Let's go and crack Windswept Heath. We're going to be able to bring Windswept Heath back out of the graveyard, too. I want to make sure that we have more than enough targets to go for that. Let's go and grab Bayou. Get down Bayou. Let's go and go for Titania. That's going to be green, green. Getting out Titania, we will be able to bring back a fetch land out of the graveyard. I think, yeah, we still have at least an island in here, so we're going to bring back Pluto Delta. I'd like to get those islands going, and then we'll end up with the 5-3 on the battlefield. We can crack in response to something. Anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn to our opponent. But yeah, you can see how pretty explosive this deck can be, especially, it does help if you get down Exploration, no lie. That definitely does help, but hey, it's in the deck, and it's one of the resources that we can use. Now, we did not swing in because our opponent does have Crusader on the battlefield, does have that protection from green, and then our opponent's going to scoop it up, but I'm going to go and post this up in some form or fashion. You can see how explosive Muldrotha can be, especially with something like Buried Alive, so I may just tack this up on the end of another video or something like that, but, cards like Buried Alive just end up being a 3-mana 3-card tutor, which just makes it a lot of fun. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.